Come on, boys. Right, here we go. Ooh, damn it. He chucked a grenade right at me there. Hey guys, welcome to the video. Thank you for watching another of my occasional series of build videos in Tom Clancy's The Division 2. Today I'm going to showcase a build that I came up with, which I found very effective in Heroic. It works in Legendary as well, although it's better off with a healer in support. And this is my Ragnarok build. So we'll jump straight in. The build is based around the gunner specialization, and we'll run through this and explain why. So the gunner specialization, important for this build for several reasons. First off, you get 10% armor on kill, which is helpful to keep you up and alive. You get 50% faster reload every third reload, and since the main weapon used in this build is an LMG, that's handy. You get 10% of ammo capacity every 60 seconds. That is also very good because it's a very easy build to burn through your ammo with. And rate of fire increases by 5% on kill for 5 seconds. Also very useful. The final one is you get 10% weapon handling when not moving. And weapon handling is really what this build is about. The other thing, of course, is as long as you've maximised your LMG skill to 15%, you get the 50 round large pouch for LMGs. And that is very useful as well, because the weapon that we are using is Sleipnir. Now, this you can craft in the crafting bench if you've come across the recipe for it, the blueprint. But it's an MG5, 800 rounds per minute. As you can see, mine's maxed out with crit chance on it. And it comes with Perfect Frenzy. For every 8 bullets in the magazine capacity, gain 3% rate of fire and 3% weapon damage for 5 seconds when reloading from empty. This is important because with the 50 round large pouch, that gives us 100 rounds in the mag. The gun by default only comes with 50 rounds. 100 rounds in the mag, that means we get 36% rate of fire and 36% weapon handling for 5 seconds when reloading. And this means that we throw a ton of lead downstream when using it. So before we move on to the rest of the build, I will jump in and just demonstrate this. So that's the normal rate of fire. Let's not do that. Let's do it on invulnerable. Otherwise it's not really a very good test. There we go. Normal rate of fire. And it's not so much about, I mean, as you can see, I'm doing 3.5 million there. But look at the rate of fire here. And it slows down just before we reload. And the thing is, it's stable enough, even at 10-15 meters, to be able to hit headshots. And if I start this from scratch and just go for headshots, you'll see the DPS counter just keep ticking up. And given that the damage you're doing is 522 to 605,000 with a critical, it does a lot of damage. So the build is designed to work from cover, is very, very good against chungers, heavy armoured guys, enemies with shields who can't move very fast. You basically squat in cover and you mow them down as they approach you. If you have a bighorn, I find the bighorn to be ideal as a secondary weapon, because then I can literally, for the ones who are further away, I can just use the bighorn to scope in and take them down, you know, ideally with headshots, because this thing does quite a bit of damage as well with headshots. I mean, 2.8 million on a critical. If you haven't got the bighorn, I would recommend a good assault rifle. I'll go into why an assault rifle in a minute. But Eagle Bearer works, or any assault rifle that you're comfortable with. Ideally, I would suggest something that's perhaps slower firing but accurate, stable, a G36, something like that. But as I say, if you can get yourself a bighorn, which you can drop from legendary content, then use the bighorn. The pistol sidearm doesn't matter, use whatever you like. And so on to the meat of the build. We have Coyote's Mask. This will help with crit hit chance and crit damage. Helps the entire team. Also comes with 3 reds. So it comes with crit chance and crit damage. And if you can roll it or re-roll it to max or near max, then you're on a winner there. The chest piece and backpack are also obviously important because of the talents. Now, on the chest piece, I'm using a Fenris chest piece. I'll come back to that in a minute, but let's cover the talents. Braced. While in cover, weapon handling is increased by 45%. Now, with the changes they made in Title Update 10, this means that you get 45% extra accuracy, 45% extra stability, and 45% extra reload speed, and 45% weapon swap speed, but that's less important, whilst you're in cover. That's a big chunky bonus. It enables you to use an LMG like an assault rifle. It's, you know, all of a sudden it's stable, it's not bouncing around all over the place, the bullets are hitting where you're aiming them. The aiming reticle becomes quite small, and the LMG becomes a really, really good close and medium range weapon. So we're using 2 pieces of Fenris for the assault rifle damage for 1, which is why I said use an assault rifle as your secondary, and 20% reload speed for the second piece. We are also, there's the second piece of Fenris. So on the backpack, as you can see, I would have preferred crit damage on that really, and that's something that I will look for, but I'd already rolled this backpack with composure. So whilst you're in cover, because you want to be in cover to get your bonus from the chest piece, you get 15% weapon damage. And this one has weapon handling on. Don't be afraid to leave weapon handling on your pieces for this build, because it all helps and all adds up, and all counts towards your reload speed as well, which is an important factor in keeping your DPS up. So 2 pieces of Fenris. Then we've got 1 piece of Cheska to give us 10% crit chance, and again it's rolled with weapon handling and crit damage on there. Crit damage is really the go-to reroll for pieces on this build. Your crit chance you should be able to get up, especially if you can re-roll the weapon with 9.5% crit chance. But your crit chance should be up somewhere around 50%. You don't need it capped out because of Coyote's mask. 50% is fine. It means that you're pretty much capped anywhere up to 25 meters. And you'll be hitting crits at least 1 shot in 2. So we've got 1 piece of Cheska. We're using Contractor's Gloves, Petrov, gives you 10% LMG damage, and you get that really, really nice 8% damage to armour on the Contractor's Gloves. Again, if you can roll them with crit damage, that's ideal. And the final piece is the knees, which are Group O for 15% crit damage. And again, I've got them rolled with crit hit and crit damage. So the upshot of all that is that we are looking at just over 105k base damage on the weapon. We've got a 51.2% crit chance, which is boosted by 10% between 15 and 25 meters because of Coyote's mask, and 154% crit damage, which is boosted by 25% at ranges under 15 meters because of Coyote's mask. 105% headshot damage, neither here nor there really. As I say, with the stability and accuracy that you get, then you can, it's feasible to go for headshots with the LMG, but not required. 8% damage to armor. You will get health damage when you equip your secondary assault rifle, but that's, as I say, I use the big horn just for distance shooting before enemies close to the range that the assault rifle is useful for. 3.7 reload time. Now that's without taking into account the 45% handling bonus when you're in cover, and we'll show this in some of the action stuff. You look at how fast this actually reloads when I run out of bullets. And that is no more than 2, maybe just over 2 seconds. And that's what I mean about being able to run through your entire stock of 1,000 plus LMG ammo in long fights. It has happened. I do run out of ammunition now and again. Then, as you can see, without the bonus from being in cover, we're on a 53% reload speed bonus, 33% accuracy, 33% stability. Those come about because I've left weapon handling on several of the pieces, and I've got, I think it's 23% weapon handling from my armour pieces. We've got 96.6 all weapon damage bonus, 40% LMG damage bonus. The one thing I will say is that this build is squishy. Depending on your playstyle, you may prefer to swap something out for a blue and give yourself a little bit more armour. The issue is, whichever one you switch out, it's going to damage the efficiency of the build. This is really designed as a full-on, full-bore, all-red build. The only non-red I've got is, as I say, on this backpack, because I haven't found a better backpack than this one yet. And this one has status effects rather than crit damage on it. But crit chance, crit damage, weapon handling is okay, and use the sleep near LMG, which, if you haven't dropped one from mobs anywhere, you can actually find in here under LMGs, and top one, sleep near, and just roll until you get a good roll on it. That is the Ragnarok build. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you give it a try and find it useful for you. And until next time, take care, stay safe. Mike Pope, out.